Hey, good morning, everyone. It is Pastor Bob with another daily Bible reading insight weekend edition. Day 75, 175, and 176. You know what that means? Tomorrow! Preaching day for Bobby G, my favorite time of the week. It also means get your butt into church day for all of you. Seriously, for those of you who do not go to church on a regular basis, it's so much different than online or not at all. Grab a friend that goes to a church and say, hey, I want to tag along with you this weekend. And just say, hey, don't get any funny ideas. I'm not going to join your church or anything. I just want to check it out. They will be delighted. So will you. Hey, our reading for today, we are in the book of Acts 7, 1 through 34. We read Stephen, who is considered the first martyr, we're going to see why tomorrow, goes into this long history of the nation of Israel and everything that God has done for his people. It is passionate, it's brilliant, it's detail-oriented, and then it gets everybody angry. Again, we'll talk about that more tomorrow. We've got to talk about Job. We're in Job 1 through 6. Job is beloved. I don't know why. It's an awful book. It's an awful book that implies that God stands up in heaven with his angels and Satan and is a puppet master and is doing all kinds of crazy things or is letting Satan do it. I had a very hard time with Job for a long time until I realized that people love Job because it talks about suffering. Listen, talks about suffering. It does not give easy answers. Because sometimes when you are in a tough spot and you're suffering and you're broken, you're experiencing trauma, there are not easy answers. And so people, man, they love Job. And I'm starting to appreciate it more and more. So why you read the Bible more than one time, right? Start sinking. Here's what I want to talk to you about, though. Job chapter 2, verse 9. This is the NIV in my study Quest Bible. You should have a study Bible with you if you can. His wife said to him, "Are you still maintaining your integrity? Curse God and die." He replied, "You are talking like a foolish woman. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" In all this, Job did not sin in what he said. That means what he said is true. Does God send us trouble? Couple of things. This study of good and evil. Why does God allow bad things? Is called theodicy. So if you look that up, you can get some theories on what happens. Two thoughts on God and theology that you should be aware of. Systematic theology and process theology. Systematic theology says God is in control of every single atom in the universe. It makes creation into a Swiss clock. Everything has its place and God is in control of everything. Process theology, I would liken more to an ocean where God has created the ocean. God has set the ocean in motion, but he does not control every single current. He does not control every single tide. And so sometimes things happen, right, that are not directly caused by God. Process theology, systematic theology. Here's how I look at it. Does God cause bad things? Does God cause trouble? Pastor's view, yes. This is how I view it. Yes, every single thing is either caused directly by God or allowed by God for our maximum good. God is extracting the maximum amount of love in all situations. Even if we don't understand it, even if we can't comprehend it, this is what's going to happen, right? And so I want, when I go to heaven, I want whoever meets me there, maybe it is Jesus meets us there, maybe not. I want him to say, hey, well done, good and faithful servant, and your faith really made us chuckle. Well, why? Because let's face it, there's a lot of brokenness in the world, and there's a lot of things that God was letting play out that he was not directly a part of, yet you saw his hand in all of it. You saw his goodness, you saw his love, and you convinced yourself that in all things, even this broken stuff that we were looking at, that, man, and you still had faith through it all. Your faith made us smile. Your faith made us chuckle because it was so deep. Isn't that a good attitude to have when we despair, when we're hopeless? I don't know how this is all come together, but it will. And it'll be explained, or maybe it won't, but I trust in God's goodness and His love and His kindness and His grace. And even if I trust too much, so what? What's the harm in that? Pastor Bob for your weekend edition. Get your butts into real life church. If you need a church in Lancaster, come down to the Willow. We would love to have you. We'll see you later.